Richard. Let's discuss a stock from the auto space. You think that the favorite among the large caps would be M&M?
Yeah, so M&M had a resistance around 1300, which we saw that resistance was breached last week, and probably this has led to formation of higher top, higher bottom formation on the daily chart. So this leads to a positive momentum in the stock, and we believe on the higher side there is room for the stock to go up to 1355, where the next resistance is placed. So that was the main reason I placed a buy in M&M. Any dips should be used as an opportunity to buy even now in this stock with stop loss below 1293 and target of 1355.
That's a call coming in on M&M. The stock is holding out very smartly in today's session, 1.25% of an uptick coming in for M&M. But let's discuss Dharmesh Khan's first trading idea as well, which is in the name of LIC Housing Finance Futures. Buy recommendation coming in there with a target price of 490. Today the stock is trending lower, losing about 0.3%. But Dharmesh has gone bullish on futures. Dharmesh, tell us, what is it that you like about LIC Housing Finance, and why did you choose to go long on this one?
I think both from trading and investment perspective, this remains a top pick in the NBFC space, especially when we talk about low-cost housing finance companies. LIC Housing Finance is among the leader in the pack with its pan-India presence. The company has registered around 23% kind of a CAGR growth in its loan book for the last 5 years. Going forward, we expect around 17% kind of a loan book growth coming in for LIC Housing Finance. It enjoys very healthy NIMs and a stable asset quality. In fact, asset quality is one of the best in the industry. I think any dips can be used by traders to accumulate this stock, and immediate upside is around 490, but from a 1 year perspective, 560 is the target which we are looking at LIC Housing Finance based on 2.3x 1 year forward price to adjusted book value.
Okay, that's the call coming in, and clearly LIC Housing Finance is a stock to keep on your radar. The returns though today look a little bit lackluster. The stock is off by about 0.5% as we speak. But in the meantime, let's focus in on another stock, and that's the second pick of each of our experts, Sumit Bagadia, and it's a bearish stance on Sun Pharma. That's the stock that he's got in his portfolio. Given the fact that the overall pharma index has been very weak of late, we've seen some US FDA concerns building up. There has been news about Glenmark, Sun Pharma and Cipla weighing a bid for Teva's portfolio. They're also watching out for that. There's been slow growth, which was the surprise as well this time around in the earnings for Sun Pharma, which came as a little bit of a surprise. You've had Dilip Shanghvi also talking about how the Ranbaxy integration, US FDA alerts, yes, in the future they are going to continue to hurt the company when it comes to revenues. Even the returns have been reflective of the kind of fundamental news that we've been getting. Down 23% almost in the last 3 months. You've got the 1 month chart also down about 18%. Let's talk a little bit, Sumit, about whether or not this call for Sun Pharma, where you're shorting the stock, is it for the long term, or are you shorting it just as a trading play?
Well, Aman, Sun Pharma has given a downside breakout, and a breakout has been seen we have seen the breakout in past couple of days, and from there it has continuously been falling. So for short-term trading perspective, for next 10 to 15 days time horizon, we feel that Sun Pharma will remain weak, and on lower side it can touch levels of around 680, 670 levels. But for purely from a 2-3 days perspective, I think one can still initiate sell position at CMP, or on rise till 720, 25 levels, one can initiate sell position in Sun Pharma with a trading stop loss to be placed at 745. For a trading perspective, I have given a target of 710, but overall I feel that Sun Pharma is weak, and on downside it will touch levels of around 670 or 680. That means still 30 to 40 rupees downside from present levels. I think Sun Pharma will remain weak for next couple of days. Traders should initiate sell position on every rise. It's weak for the targets of 680.
Okay, that's a call coming in on Sun Pharma, so do watch out for that stock. It's clearly trending lower in today's session, in fact dragging the entire pharma space lower, which is down by close to 2.5 to 3%. Sun Pharma there, which is down in trade by more than 1%. Let's get a check on one of the telecom names as well, Bharti Airtel. Buy call on that one, Richard. You've decided to go long on this one with a target price of 353. Tell us, is this the only stock that you like from the telecom space? And your target price of 353, how soon would you look at achieving this one?
If you observe this last movement of last 1.5 months, then probably around the levels of 318, the stock has formed a double bottom pattern, and from that it has been moving higher. On the higher side now, the next resistance is coming around 360. So probably we think that next maybe next 10 to 15 trading sessions, the stock should go up to 360. But for a week's perspective, for the game show, I have placed a target of 353, and with a stop loss placed below 331, one can initiate longs even at current levels for target of 353.
Okay, those are some of the levels to map out. Very quiet for Bharti Airtel right now, and the basic news point triggers have been that the intensity of competition is only going to build up with Rel Jio's launch. They're talking about going the digital way. All of that is clearly going to play out on the earnings for the entire telecom sector as a whole. Bharti Airtel for now though at 342. Moving right on then, let's discuss Capital first. And Dharmesh, that's a stock that you've picked, and I'm curious as to why, because if you look at the 6-month returns, it's down about 3%, 3 months it's very quiet. Do you think that in comparison to some of the other stocks, the volatility is a little bit less comparatively, and is that why you picked it?
Yeah, definitely yes, Aman. Again, playing on the financial theme and BFC's Capital first is a stock I have picked up. But if you look at the numbers, I mean fundamental aspects of the business, that has been fairly robust and strong, and the company has been consistent in maintaining those kind of numbers. Just to give you a sense, for the last 5 years, the loan book growth CAGR has been around 44% for the Capital first, and going forward for next couple of years, we expect around 23% kind of a loan book growth. This has happened because they have shifted from the wholesale-based NBFC to retail-based NBFC, and primarily driven by two-wheeler loan against property, mortgage, and small businesses loan. Going forward, these are the segments which will deliver good kind of performance for Capital First. Asset quality remains stable, and there has been a slight improvement in NIMs at around 6.5%, which we expect it to be maintained in near future. Plus, its valuation comfort is there. 2.1x is the price to adjusted book value at which it is trading. Normally attracts 2.5 to 2.7x. Hence our trading as well as investment buy on Capital First.
Okay, that's a call coming in on Capital First by Dharmesh. But let's quickly get in a calculator check and find out how each of our experts are placed at this point of time, starting off with Sumit Bagadia's portfolio. Target price has been met for Asian Paints. However, Bata India as well as Ambuja Cements, both these stocks are trending in the red zone and giving him some pain there. But overall portfolio is giving him gains of close to 2,000 rupees. Let's get a check on Ruchi Jain's portfolio as well. He has been stuffed out on Hero MotoCorp. But the other three stocks are in the green zone. However, overall portfolio, he's making a loss of about 700 rupees. Finally, let's get a check on Dharmesh Khan's portfolio as well. None of the target prices or stop losses have been triggered. However, it's L&T that is in the green zone, and his overall portfolio, though, trending in the red zone. He's losing about 200 rupees at this point of time. It's clearly Sumit Bagadia leading at this point of time, followed by Dharmesh Khan and Richard Jain. Let's continue discussing trading ideas by each of our experts. And Sumit, let's discuss Asian Paints. Target price has been met. The stock is upbeat, good 2.5% added. The recent news about BSE inclusion as well as Bank of America Merrill Lynch posting a good report about the company is clearly having an effect on the stock. But what would be your stance in long term as far as Asian Paints is concerned?
Well, Kamya, with all the news which you have given, apart from this, crude is also down. So based on that and because of that, Asian Paint is giving good upside momentum. And we feel that Asian Paint is very strong for next couple of months. In next 2 to 3 months, we feel that Asian Paints can give a very good upside move from present levels. We are expecting a move of around 100 rupees from present levels. That means from the levels of 840, 845, it can touch levels of around 910, 950 levels. We are bullish on Asian Paints for a time horizon of next 2 months from present levels. I think still, if anyone wants to initiate a long position, can initiate at present levels with a positional stop loss of 810 on lower side for the upside target of 910. And if 910 is taken away, then a further upside rally can be seen till 950 levels. Every dip in Asian Paints in present scenario should be used as buying opportunity.
Okay, things looking very good from a long-term perspective for Asian Paints. The stock is holding out in an otherwise fairly dull market, and as we speak, Asian Paints is at 848. A big thumbs up there. Meantime, Hero MotoCorp, that stock looking good in today's session. It's at the day's high, by the way, at 26.43. Ruchit, would you wait for the counter to peter off? And what's the reason for shorting this one?
Yeah, if we just observe the last 3-4 trading sessions, the stock was continuously going down. And in fact, if we see this Fridays and Saturdays, Thursdays and Friday session, then the selling has been from high levels with the good volumes. That's why I had preempted that it would continue its downside momentum. However, the stock has taken support around 2550, 2555. So in case if one is looking to create fresh positions, one should wait for this breakdown again, and only below 2550, 55, then one can look to create short positions in this again.
That's a call coming in on Hero MotoCorp, doing exceedingly well. In fact, one of the top gainers in today's session. Let's discuss HUL then and find out how that's trading at this point of time. That is Dharmesh's third pick. In fact, a buying call there with a target price of 860. Pretty subdued in today's session, lost about 0.25%, has given up all those gains at the start of the day at 795, and the target price that Dharmesh has set out is about 860. Dharmesh, how many trading sessions would you see before your target price is met?
Around over maybe the 7 to 10 trading session is what I'm looking for in HUL. This week also happens to be an F1 expiry week, so some sort of a short covering is expected, considering that it has fallen quite a bit in this expiry. And it's more of a trading play rather than a fundamental play, because usually I don't buy stocks which is trading at around 40 PE kind of a multiple with a good visibility of around 15 to 16% at the best. But from traders' perspective, I do think the stock is taking good support at around 790 kind of a zone, hence the trading buy for a price target of 860.
Okay, HUL in focus. That stock has been a little bit subdued in the last 1 week, and today it's at 795. To the last and final recommendations then in each of our experts' portfolios, and consumption as a space has been garnering a lot of attention. Bata India then is the stock, Sumit, that you've picked out. Even if you look at the last 1 month chart, it's been a little bit subdued. There's been tepid consumer demand as well. Some of the problems also seem to be inherent for the company, and looks like even in the results it wasn't all that impressive. What's the call on Bata India? Why have you picked this one to buy?
Well, Aman, Bata India is oversold on charts, and from lower levels it's been giving some pullback rally, and I think that on lower side it has taken a support. Also on charts there is a harmonic pattern which suggests that it has potential reversal zone, and from where we should see a upside rally from present levels. I think 488, 490 levels are good levels to initiate a long position for the targets of 502, and if 502 is taken away, then a further upside rally can be taken till 530 levels. I think traders can maintain a stop loss of 480, and positional players can maintain a stop loss of around 450 on lower side for the upside target of 530, and traders can maintain long position with a stop loss of 480 for the targets of 502. One can initiate long at CMB.
Okay, that's a call coming in on Bata India, but let's discuss Sun Pharma. Ruchit, you've decided to go short on Sun Pharma, and in fact the stock has been trending lower, dragging the entire pharma space down. What makes you bearish in Sun Pharma?
So last 4-5 months continuously the stock has been forming this lower top low bottom formation, and we have seen that in recent past it has broken its support of 800 with a gap down opening which has still not filled, so which suggests that it is a continuation of the downtrend, and probably even on weekly charts if you observe, then the stock is seem to be in a bear grip. I've given a target of 700. Positionally it might go lower than that also, so any rise would be a selling opportunity. Short term traders can keep stop loss of 741 for target of 700.
Okay, that's a call. Sun Pharma looking decidedly weak in today's session, down by a bit of 1%. Meantime, L&T, that's a stock that you've picked out. Take us through, Dharmesh, what looks attractive for this one, and do you think now it's a good time to buy? What are the kind of upsides you're looking at?
Yeah, definitely, yes, Avan. The stock price itself looks very attractive for L&T, and I think the numbers for Q2 FY16 were pretty much in line with the expectation, and the growth of revenue growth of around 11%, profitability growth of around 16% in a tough environment was quite encouraging. What led to the stock price fall was the guidance front on the order book flow. But even if you look at the present order book at around 2,46,000 lakh crores, it's pretty good. And I think as economic activity picks up, this even order book flow visibility will increase for the management, and there can be a revision in the guidance of that. For immediate target which we are looking for from a couple of months perspective is 1500 on LNT, but from 1 year perspective, I think 1700 is also on the cards for LNT.
Okay, that's the call coming in. LNT is currently at the day's high. To the calculators, then we'll tell you who's in the leading spot right now in the stock game. Sumit Bagadia, well, the target price has been achieved on Asian Paints, and that along with Sun Pharma is building gains. The other two stocks in the red, 2,160, that's what he is making right now, up by almost 0.5%. Ruchit Jain then unfortunately stopped out on Hero Moto. That's the only sore spot that's dragging the entire calculator in the red. So losing out about 690 odd rupees right now, but everything else is firmly in the green. And finally then Dharmesh Kant has 4 buy calls. It's 50-50 for him almost right now. But it's a total gain, very mild at that. About 100 rupees is what he's making right now. On that note then, gentlemen, been lovely having you with us on this leg of the stock game. Thank you so much for joining in.
And with that, it's a wrap on the stock game. Up next is Market Sense. Stay tuned for that.
And of course, want to remind all of our viewers that this Friday it's going to be exciting once again, as we will be visiting a campus. This time, India's #1 business news channel visits the campus of NMIMS, where students will understand the dynamics of the stock market with prominent market experts. So Friday, 27th November, 11 a.m. live. Join us at NMIMS.